Switzerland is officially welcoming and setting up shop at CES in Las Vegas. This is Tech Talk, and follow me as we go behind the scenes of the Swiss Pavilion, starting with a chat with the man who led the efforts for them to be here, Ambassador Nicolas Bideau. So Nicolas, tell me why it's 2019, why this year come to CES?
Why this year? Because it's about 1 year that I have the impression we have enough tech startups to be here in Vegas, because you cannot come with like 5-10 startups.
Okay.
You are ridiculous. Here at CES, you have to have enough forces to showcase that you are a tech nation. Here with 30 startups, it's enough. And 2-3 years back, we didn't have enough startup to really be here at the CES.
And what were your expectations coming into this?
Expectation, first of all, that Switzerland is perceived as a tech nation. This is as the responsible for the image of Switzerland abroad. This is my goal number one, that the perception change from mountains, cheese, chocolate and watches, and I think we are doing it somehow. And second, of course, my expectation for the startups, to find VCs, to find market share and so on.
Why did you go with startups as opposed to more established companies?
Yeah, because with the startup, you have the possibility to showcase real innovation. I mean, the startups are creative. The established companies, they have, I think, less innovation sometimes to showcase. Here with 32 startups, I have a lot of crazy, startup that you can create an atmosphere of an innovative country. It's easier with the startup, I think.
Okay, and so you brought like about 30 of them, right?
Yeah.
And the reaction to the startups has also been quite positive.
Very positive.
Yeah.
Again, I was a bit nervous because our pavilion is a bit different. The startups, comparing to the other pavilions, they have less places. I wanted to have something crowded, with all the startups being a team, and they are very happy. And that's I had a lot of feedback about the pavilion, but about the crowd, because we have traffic.
Yeah.
Traffic due to the shows that we have, and the traffic is benefiting everybody.
Now that you bring up shows, one of the highlights of the Swiss Pavilion had been the drone shows,
Yes.
which you started in Paris
Exactly.
this year, and now you brought them to CES.
Yeah, drone, because sometimes you need a sexy product, you need attractive product in order to showcase immediately that you're a tech. And the drone is doing that. The drone is doing the job. If you're a country that produces drone, then you are a tech nation. That's why we have those drones. And the noise. The noise is a trick. You have the noise, you have the people coming, and the crowd is somehow creating crowd. So the drones are for us, for the drones, and for the other startups.
Yeah. So really, at an event like this, the show element is important.
Oh, it's definitely important. I mean, without a show,
how do you stand out otherwise, right?
You don't stand out. You don't have the impression that the pavilion is lively. I mean, you need show. It's like in life, actually. If you go to a party and nobody's doing a show, it's boring, isn't it?
Now, Switzerland was also one of the 16 countries named Innovation Champions this year by CES, which is pretty exciting.
Which is incredible, and I didn't know it, so that was fine. Because
they showed up and said, "You have an award?"
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know it because it's quite secret. The way the CES is managing those awards, it's quite interesting. So we do have for the first time a pavilion, and we are among those innovative nations. Fantastic.
All right, now I have to ask. These kinds of events, they're not cheap, right? They cost a good amount of money to put together.
Yeah.
How do you measure the success? I mean, how do you say, all right, this really was money well spent?
Right. I mean, media impact, of course. I mean, the visibility of the pavilion. This is definitely a kind of return of investment, and of course, the success that the startup going to have due to the pavilion. So it's both an image calculation and a business impact that we're looking for here.
Okay. And do you have any examples of business that has already happened here at CES?
Yes.
Something you could talk about?
We just had a drone company. The CEO, just came to me and said, "You know what? Thanks to the pavilion, we had a million deal." So that's quite cool. Yeah, we have impact. A lot of rendezvous, a lot of. We are currently in Eureka, in the sense far away from the big.
From the convention center.
The convention center in Westgate, and slowly I saw a lot of my startups having appointments in the convention center in Westgate. This is a good sign. So I think something is happening for our startup.
All right. And is it challenging, again, it was the first year, was it challenging to convince people back in Switzerland that this was a good idea?
That was a hell of a job.
Oh yeah.
For few startup was quite easy because they knew, and they've been scouting a little bit all those tech fairs. This is the number one, but the institutions, somehow the politicians, they're not they don't know what's going on here. So I had to push, and I had to tell them we have to invest because we cannot sleep on our good image. We have to invest in the Switzerland of tomorrow. And the Switzerland of tomorrow is a digital Switzerland. And if you want to be perceived as digital, you have to be here at the tech. Otherwise, nobody will see you. So I had to convince the people, but now, since it's somehow a success, I think it's going to be easier because the Swiss, if you succeed in something, then they're going to trust you.
This is the way it works, as I understand it.
Exactly, that's the way it works.
And this was, in fact, a collaborative effort because, you, Présence Suisse, spearheaded the organization, but then you had others collaborate.
Oh, definitely, because I'm in charge of the. I'm a boss creator. I'm in charge of the brand, of the ideas. But then, for instance, how you take care of the startups, how you accompany the companies. This is not my job. For instance, the collaboration with Switzerland Global Enterprise. This is an institution in charge of export-import. They are here, and they do the job with the startup. I don't do this job. And then we have other institutions such as Swiss. This is an institution in charge of supporting the link between the research and the companies. And we have Digital Switzerland, an institution that want to boost the perception of Switzerland being digital. They are here, financing that with us, and it's very important to have different institutions working together for the same goal.
Mm-hmm. It's also very Swiss somehow, all of these different people coming
Swiss.
Together to reach a consensus, right? And to do something together.
But it's right, because if we succeed, then it's a real success, not only for me, but for all institutions that are backing up here.
That's right. Now, just to finish up, your organization is also the one that puts up the House of Switzerland at all different kinds of global events around the world. So Olympic Games and World Fairs, I guess, and things like this. How has this differed from your past experiences with the House of Switzerland?
It's different because I'm definitely selling something that I never really sold, tech. Because so far in the other platform you mentioned, we are selling always the same thing somehow, to raise them food, banks and finance. Here it's a bit different. It's all of this, but with the tech dimension. It's different public, different kind of communication. For instance, I think this pavilion here is very American somehow. The show we have, the carpet we have, this carpet is very interesting carpet. I never had such a carpet in my pavilion. Totally American to me.
Because it's black?
Yeah, it's black and so smooth.
Oh.
But we don't have that. We don't like it in Switzerland. Me, I like it. I'm gonna take it for the next event.
All right. So tell me if you could just give us a peek of what CES 2020 Swiss Pavilion might look like.
I think this one, but twice bigger.
Okay.
And twice noisy.
All right. We'll look forward to that. Thank you, Nicolas, for your time.
Thank you so much, Anna.
One of the 32 companies hosted this year by the Swiss Pavilion is joining me right now, Max Reiner of Somniacs. Whatever it is you're doing back there, what you're going to tell us has been quite a magnet all evening. Everybody's jumping up on your, shall we say, apparatus? Yeah. Explain to me, what is this?
Actually, it's very simple. What we try to fulfill is the dream of flying. So everyone once in their lifetime had the dream to fly as a bird. And that's what we are doing with the machine. So we use modern technology like virtual reality, full body immersion and all this kind of stuff, just to get you into the illusion that you can fly as a bird.
You invented this, co-founder, CEO, inventor. At what moment did you say, I'm going to invent a machine that simulates flying?
Actually, you also have to see our background. We are from the Art University, from the Zurich University of the Arts. And Birdly was in the beginning stage an experiment or research project in full body immersion. And when you study full body immersion, you need a topic. And for us, the story is always very important. And so flying was a good topic to explore this kind of immersive elements.
So Birdly is the name of the efforts. And how important is it for you that Birdly is now exhibiting at CES?
I think the CES is great for this because you have so much publicity, a lot of people come around, and also it's great to network and meet total other companies which are maybe a little bit in your field, but maybe also not, but it inspires you and sparks maybe even new ideas. And I think it's a great place to be here and show the projects you do.
Do you have more than one Birdly?
Actually, we have several Birdlies all around the world at the moment, yeah, and we are scaling, and we hope to have in every country several Birdlies in future.
And who are your consumers? Who has the Birdly?
Yeah. So basically, we are not actually a business-to-client company. We are more a business-to-business company, and so our clients are mostly at the moment in the field of location-based entertainment. So we call them as well museums. Aquariums, or even arcade halls, or tourism centers, and all this kind of stuff.
Which reminds me, next step for Birdly and for you is LA.
Yeah, definitely. Tomorrow we're going to fly to LA, and we put one machine, one Birdly, at the University of Southern California in the game design program, and they have the chance for one semester to try out Birdly and to envision their own, or to program their own game experience on Birdly.
Well, Max, if you will allow me, I am ready to have my own experience on Birdly. What do you say?
Yeah. The sky's the limit.
Nicely done. All right. From a bird flight simulator to a smart bottle opener, that is what is happening here at the Swiss Pavilion. Karim, thank you so much for joining us. Your company Wecheer is one of the startups being hosted this year at the Swiss Pavilion at CES. I guess does a smart bottle opener speak for itself?
Yes, indeed. And we're very excited to present to the world's first smart bottle opener, a Swiss innovation coming to CES and to the whole world. So everyone's asking, what's a smart bottle opener doing? Well, I can say keep it very simple. It opens bottle, okay? So relatively simple. You put it on top of your bottle like you'd open any normal bottle. The only difference, as you see, there's a light going on here. This bottle opener can detect directly and know the brand of the bottle I'm opening. So as a bartender, the moment I'm opening my beer, this opener can automatically, using image recognition with our patented camera system, detect directly the brand I'm using. So it's sending the data over Wi-Fi the moment I open the bottle and gather it over our cloud system. Why is this important? Imagine a bartender opening more than 600 bottles in an evening. This gives him the possibility to have live data management of all his inventory in stock, and at the same time, put him directly in contact with all the microbreweries around his area. So imagine you're a small brewery, you're launching your new beer in a small town, in Lausanne, for example, in Switzerland, or anywhere else in the world, and you don't have the means for mass media. You know what happens this way? You're powering every bartender to be kind of a brand ambassador of your beer. So the moment the bartender opens your favorite beer, you can, or your brewery's beer, you can automatically redeem him or incentivize him, give him a bit of rewards based on the bottle he's opening. So it's a tool, if you want, putting bartenders directly in contact with microbreweries wherever they are in the world. To give you a bit of an idea, we have around 10,000 bartenders right now on our platform, from Vietnam to Mexico, even going in Colombia and Spain. And every month, we're capturing around 1 million bottles of beer, putting in touch all craft breweries, all beverage companies, whether it's a soda like we just opened, or a beer company, in contact directly with bartenders, giving beer companies, beverage live market data shares, and giving bartenders a completely new way to earn tips for the beverage they're recommending. So that's all about the Wecheer.io Smart Bottle Opener.
What beer companies are you in touch with already that you're working with?
So we're working a bit with most of the beer companies, AB InBev, Heineken. We're working with some of the big soda companies, Coca-Cola. Our focus now on CES moving forward is focusing more on the European and American market, where we want to really work with microbreweries, craft breweries, and where the consumption of beer is much more happening at home. So we're going to support consumers who are really fans of their local breweries, whenever they're ordering their beers at home, they would also be supporting it. In the same way as a bartender, they become the loyal ambassadors of their beer in their hometowns. So we're going to really be shifting the focus in Europe and the US on a more, I would say, closer community aspect, where we turn every beer fan of his craft brewery, you become the loyal ambassador of it, and spread the word of your favorite beer, why do you like it, and share it, and all instantly and in real time, just by opening a bottle of beer. It will be available for consumer as of next summer, so summer 2019.
Here at CES, there's never a shortage of new technology, innovation, exhibitors, but it's not every year that an entire country decides to come in and set up its own booth, complete with a drone show. So let's find out just how well the Swiss Pavilion has fared in its first year.
Yeah, I think the whole square is really cool. It's almost a little bit over the top, but it's getting so much attention from everyone around CES. So it's done really well. It's done in style, just like the Swiss normally do. So yeah, it's really good.
I was so excited when I saw him on the map. Finally, I love France, and I've seen the French pavilion for years, but now finally the Swiss are here.
Why?
Just because I love their technology. I love everything about the way they do business. Their autonomy, obviously is what they're known for, but I just love the way they focus on the things that make Swiss.
Well, this settings is amazing because companies have the opportunity to present their products in front of the audience in a better way than in other pavilions. So congrats to that. And we saw many awesome products. So we believe that Switzerland is a big thing in CES right now. And we heard many conversations between companies, distributors, resellers, and it seemed that there is a lot of potential for them.
So great, awesome. Would you like to add something?
Just to add something, I think it's amazing to see how technical their products are for such a small country and how passionate they are about their techniques and scientific products. It's great. It's really, really interesting.